You're welcome back to Sustained Overruled. I'm waiting for Obag, okay? Brooklyn said he's not gossiping anymore. I cannot be in here gossiping by myself, all right? So I am waiting for Obag. Shout out to Benji though. Shout out to Jerome, Kylie. Obag, I need you to come up here. Cause Mickey's video is a 10-minute video. Once that video ends, oh, she actually has another video that that I was interested in. I did not get to watch it though. Let's get started, folks. I've been busy, okay? The earlier live that went on for what, 6 hours? A little over 6 hours, and I'm just here for an hour. Then I need to go. I need to go. I have things to do. But I absolutely enjoy the earlier live. Case is very interesting. A lot of um, turns, surprises. The attorneys are so far. I like both the defense and the prosecution. Okay. Let me see. Am I sharing? What's up, Benji? Let's see. Brooklyn says, "Hi. So before you start with a gossip, can you make a statement on Karen Reed?" Brooklyn, I tried to watch a bit of Karen Reed while I was waiting. I was waiting for 10. I did not, because I don't like to jump around. I like to watch everything from top to bottom. I need to make up my mind for myself. All right. So I was considering the possibility of starting with Karen Reed tomorrow, but that's not going to happen because Karen Reed, that's a 5 hour that was a 5 hour hearing, okay? It's a 5 hour hearing. I read some of the comments. Kind of seems like people are turning against Jackson. As far as Karen Reed, let me think about it. Karen Reed, for Karen Reed, we're either going to have to tackle her first thing on Friday. I probably will just have to start earlier. Let me give it some more thought. Friday or Thursday. Friday is my last day, so that's my last vacation day. So I don't know. I might want to wake up later for that. Let me think about it. Let me think. Oh, my alarms are going off, basically telling me not to be late, but I'm here on time, so I can turn those off. Let me think about how we tackle Karen Reed. Do we have her? What's up, Zeta? I'm sorry, folks. Zeta's up here. She had plans of her own. She wants to go out. She wants to go out for dinner tomorrow. I don't know that that's gonna happen. Maybe on Thursday. Maybe on Friday. Actually, Friday makes the most sense. Um, Let me think about this. Okay, let's get started with a gossip, and then let's figure out when we come up here with Karen Reed. I could wake up early tomorrow, but do I really want to do that? I'm not sure. Um, Let me think about it, because Karen Reed, basically it has to be top to bottom. Probably it makes the most sense to start with Karen Reed tomorrow. I mean, start early, but I don't want to wake up early because this is supposed to be my vacation. Brooklyn said it's crazy what happened there. Okay, don't ruin it for me. Again, I've watched bits and pieces, but not sufficient for me to form an opinion as to whether the court came to a proper decision. I think the hearing was continued, anyways. Okay, so Benji said, yeah, compared to the previous case, I saw this one has a flow that puts respect on the justice system. Yeah, without a doubt. The Colin Griffiths case, That's so far. So far, I mean, things could change, but so far the attorneys appear very respectable. They appear to know the law. I mean, public defenders usually do know the law. Anyways, let's move into this gossip. All right, Benji, I don't know if you had kept up with the YSL trial, the Young Thug trial, or not, but if you have not kept up, ooh, where do we start? Oh, we kind of have to get into Taisha. Hold on. For Benji's sake, we have to get into Taisha. Benji, let me know if you're familiar with this case or not. How do you spell her name? Taisha. Oh, there we go. Alexander. I've forgotten her last name. Ooh, that was so crazy. I cannot even remember. Is this it? Yep, this was it. So listen, Benji. Ooh, this case gives me. Oh, YSL trial was so traumatizing. In any event, let me give an update for Benji. I don't know if Eva is going to show up here, but maybe the replay crew, folks that have not followed the YSL trial. All right, the YSL trial was it was set in Fulton County, Georgia. Okay, in that case, the defendants in that case were Young Thug, Jeffrey Williams, and co-defendants. All right, one of those co-defendants, his name is we don't even know what his real name is. It's somewhere between Shannon Stillwell, Shannon Jackson, or Shannon Bumpus. All right. One of those three, or maybe all of those three. So one of the criminal defendants in the case, Shannon Jackson. Okay, so Benji had not kept up. Shannon Stillwell Jackson Bumpus. Uh, he was on trial, and in that case, there's an attorney. There's an attorney that was standby counsel for a prosecution witness. It was later revealed. It was later revealed that the attorney was married to a one of the criminal defendants, and they got married while he was incarcerated. I mean, the whole thing does not even seem real. The whole thing does not seem real, but that is basically what happened. A criminal defense attorney married a criminal defendant who was incarcerated for what year was that? 2024. So I think it was close to 2 years. This man was incarcerated for close to 2 years. And while he was incarcerated, or even before he was incarcerated, he was in a relationship with Taisha, the prettiest girl that he ever dated. Okay. And it sounds like he never called it off. Anyways, let's just get into this. Let's get into this video is only supposed to be an hour, but let's quickly get into Miss Taisha's testimony, and then we'll get into the actual gossip. All right. And I gossip on the side, Benji. You're new to this, but I gossip on the side because some of this stuff is a little. I don't know. I have nobody else to discuss this with. All right. So this is.
You talked about
Oh no, that's
the
redirect.
cars that you get.
We need to go to the very
One,
beginning.
how long have you known? You said you was one of the prettiest girls he ever had. All right. So does that mean y'all used to date?
This was crazy.
Yes.
Okay. When did you all date?
And apparently, when she, made this announcement that she is the prettiest girl that this man has ever dated, his wife, or I don't even know what to call her, but his attorney wife that he got married to while he was incarcerated before he broke off the relationship with his 10 toes down girlfriend was pretty much sitting in the gallery. So yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. It's a little.
Since 2021.
And are you all still dating now? Just yes or no?
I don't know.
Okay.
Apparently, that girl does not know because I don't know. Were you not putting money on his books? Was he taking the money but not responding? Yeah. So supposedly, it appears that Taisha found out at the same time as everybody else, that this her man got married to somebody else while he was incarcerated. This was a huge, I don't want to call it exactly a scandal, but it was breaking news. That's what folks were talking about for a good amount of time. Really, no.
Let me ask you this: do you own guns?
Yes.
All right.
How many guns have you owned, or do you own currently?
We're not gonna get into the
And
testimony.
oh
I
yeah,
was trying to find the part where what's the prosecutor's name again? Simone somebody. Simone, I don't know, Simone somebody. Where she asked her if Taisha called the man by any other names, and she said Bay.
What is the serial number listed?
9184.
Is that the same?
Yes,
I'm just
ma'am.
gonna skip through because I don't know the timestamps.
Whoever gives that gun to Shane,
The rest of this is not important to the
Arlington,
commingling of
about
genitals.
that gun being in Mr.
I don't remember.
Did you ever go to an Alamo rental car facility vehicle
This isn't.
Yes, ma'am.
and looking of Georgia?
Yes, ma'am.
What? What's the question?
Do you remember when you began staying in hotels in the
Oh,
you
you're
said you
rocking.
started staying there on March 9th, 3 weeks? Do you remember?
Hold on, I'm just trying to find a specific timestamp. I probably should have done this at the very end. I guess I went over the part where she said she called him Bay.
Miss Alexander.
Oh, Hilton, that's
Yeah.
right.
Afternoon, hey. We've met before, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay.
So let me
Right. Thanks, Brooklyn Hilton.
start out with. I'm not trying
Hold on.
to when he was arrested. Were there issues, thank you, with infidelity?
Yes, ma'am.
That man was a cheater. That's what it sounds like. He used to cheat, baby. He was cheating while incarcerated too.
I'm sorry.
Pretense.
My mom messed up. Yes, sir.
Okay.
2 times.
2 times. All right.
You said 2 times?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they never changed
Um,
spots.
And
Now, that's just me being messy. So,
at some point throughout your relationship, had you gone through his phone?
Yes.
Okay. When you went through his phone, you were looking for other women that he was messing with, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And did he openly let you look at his phone? Or was he protective of his phone?
He wasn't there when I looked in it.
jeez.
Okay.
So
Put on
he gave me
face
the
ID while
password.
that man is a
Let me ask you
thief.
this. When he was arrested on March 17, 2022, did you have interest in looking at his phone to see what he had going on?
No, I didn't have his phone.
No, I didn't say, did you have his phone? I know you didn't have his phone.
Oh, did I
What-
want to?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
She's trying to get in
So
there.
March 17, 2022, you want, one of the things you want to do is look at his phone.
Yes.
And what,
I know. Hold on.
9th, 10th.
March
Right.
9th?
I want to get to the studio
Yes.
part. Let me
Okay.
just move on. You guys know I'm very chaotic. Let's quickly get a little bit into Abate. How do you spell Abate's last name? They're talking about battery. Kayla Bumpus. Ooh, is that it? Kayla Bumpus married. Are y'all for real? I'm sorry. What was? Okay, we'll just. What day was that? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This was crazy.
Unfortunately, it's my job to further tax the patients in court.
But honestly, this is the clarification that I needed. All right, because by the time after that so-called impromptu interview with Jasmine, again, during that questioning, there was enough confirmation for me that Kayla was in fact married to Shannon. But I said from the very beginning, there is no way these attorneys would be sitting on that information and nobody bring it up. But this is, the confirmation that I needed. Anyways, let me play the Doug part just a little bit, and then we're gonna move on. But I cannot just skip to Abate without getting into the substance of everything because sheesh.
Fortunately, it's my job to further tax the patients in the court.
What's that?
Everybody's ready. Why is the
Yeah.
quality so bad?
I have a motion to strike the testimony of Investigator Viverito as well as any evidence that came under her. And the reason I make this motion, Your Honor, is yesterday it came up that she had not been,
Yeah, Benji. That's why the Colin Griffiths case to me, that's um a breath of fresh air because everybody in the case appears normal so far. Everybody appears normal. What's up, Jerome?
that she had been following the case. The court asked me to not
No,
pursue
it
that.
did
I'm not.
come up that she had been following the case. It came
Okay.
up that she knew that somebody had mentioned her on Twitter.
Okay. And your opinion would have been different if she,
Isn't tomorrow the 27th? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. What? No. Tomorrow's the 26th.
he was following the case. Because
No, if you know that she was following the case, that doesn't exclude her as a witness. You can let the jury know that.
okay, because
You can ask her that.
I can ask her about her following the case.
Sure, and we'll see what she says.
Okay.
And if that's so, then it still doesn't exclude her testimony. It just lets the
Right.
jury know, well, she may know some of this other stuff from listening to some other witness.
Okay. Because what I would like to get into, and we may as well bring it up now before the jury is here, is that she got into an altercation out in the hallway with Kayla.
Okay, so Benji, basically what this attorney or the altercation, let me explain that. So this is behind here. I don't know if you're watching on a computer. No, maybe a bigger screen than mine because I think this is 13 inches, so it's pretty tiny. Or if you're watching on a TV, you are able to see a set of dreadlocks over here, okay? This is one of the criminal defendants in the YSL trial. And he is the one that was in a relationship with a young lady that we just saw on the witness stand. And then the wife, who's an attorney that, represented a prosecution with the whole thing just sounds made up. A whole thing sounds made up. But again, this is the jurisdiction that is run by what's her name? Fonnie Willis. And Fonnie will, I don't know, let's leave it alone. Let me leave people's reproductive organs alone. But at this time, I don't remember if Kayla Bumpus, the attorney, was in the courtroom or not. But what this defense attorney is bringing out is the fact that this criminal defendant's wife got into an altercation with a, what is this? A detective. Wasn't Viverito the lead detective? Some type of detective. Okay, so no, she was not the lead. Never mind. She's the gang expert. Okay, so the wife, who's an attorney of the criminal defendant, got into an altercation with a law enforcement officer outside the courtroom, and the law enforcement officer was also testifying in the case against the husband. I don't even know how to script that. I don't even know that Tyler Perry. I know that Tyler Perry could have come up with such a storyline, but here it is.
Bumpus.
Why is that relevant to the guilt or innocence?
I'm about to go.
Okay, so this time around, the judge is not aware of any of this information, but everybody else in the courtroom is aware. This is Max Shard. To me, he was the greatest. I was going to say criminal defense attorney, but of all the attorneys in the courtroom, he was the sharpest without a doubt. He's the one that's representing the convict. That I'm calling him a convict because he does have a criminal conviction. He did end up with a criminal conviction from this case, but that's besides the facts. He's the one that's representing Shannon, Stillwell, Jackson, Bumpus. And so obviously he's not saying much because it's his client they're talking about.
Oh, there, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes. let me finish a second.
Okay.
She got into it because she was watching Caleb.
And I forgot, somebody had told me this young lady's name, and she's just smirking and smiling from the beginning because it's about to, I don't know, Megan's footage. I don't want to criticize you, Megan, but something's wrong with your footage. It's not that clear. And the prosecutor over here, she is just praying. She's praying to somebody.
Bumpus's YouTube feed about this case. And Caleb,
Right. And the attorney, Benji, this is for you. I'm just giving you a recap. So the attorney that got married to this defendant while he was incarcerated, she gained a social media following and popularity due to a very chaotic witness that was on the stand. And so she created a YouTube channel, and she pretty much does what I do, gossip about other people. Yeah.
Bumpus apparently called her.
Okay, you may get into whether she has been tracking this case.
Mhm.
You may not get into whether she got into a dispute with somebody
gets into
about their posts.
It gets into her bias against these defendants, Your Honor. It goes directly to it.
What are you proposing to ask?
I'm proposing to ask if she told
Shaking.
Kayla Bumpus in the hallway that was the last time she was going to call her a hoe.
Oh my.
It goes direct.
I'm sorry, the last time who was going
That
to
Kayla, sorry for the pronouns, that Kayla Bumpus was going to call investigator Viverito
We need to
a
get
hoe.
into who it was, or just that somebody.
I think we need to get into who it
Fine.
was.
It
Why?
looks to Max Shard, the other criminal defense attorney, to see a response because he's about to expose some stuff.
Because she's married to Mr. Jackson.
Well, was she at the time? Is this for real, y'all?
Yeah. Well,
None of this is relevant. Whatever is happening between Miss Bumpus, Mr. Jackson, this has nothing to do with the guilt or innocence.
If she is-
Unfortunately, the bias of a witness. Well, fortunately, or I strike that. It is not fortunate or unfortunate, except for the fact that it is dragging this case on even longer. But a witness's bias towards
I'm sorry, you guys. That I don't know. I'm gonna leave them
a
alone.
party may always be shown.
if she isn't dispute, if she's
Don't
in,
talk at the same time.
Caleb Bumpus is not a party to this incident. Caleb.
Yes, but if she's married to one of the parties, then that might qualify.
Ugh.
If I
Here.
just said she concurred, I don't know. I'm not the proponent of this evidence. I'm hearing Mr. Weinstein out, but my silence should not be viewed as acquiescence that I believe this should be admitted. I need to hear what Mr. Weinstein's saying because I may have an objection myself.
All right.
what I'm saying is that if there is a relationship between Miss Bumpus and the defendant, then investigator Viverito's bias against.
All right, let's move on. We heard everything we had to hear, but
Bring it up when the jury wasn't here, Your Honor.
So can we also bring up before?
I know, very chaotic. That was a chaotic case. Let's see, what's Jerome saying? What is Jerome saying? Jerome said you're definitely a Jamaican DJ. All right, thank you. Thank you. Love you guys, Jerome. Oh, right. Jerome, how was your vacation apart from you losing money? How was everything else? Did you have some good food? Yes, no, maybe? And then Jerome's definitely from New York, okay? Okay, it was good, long story, but good seeing you, my brother. All right. I want to see you up here, though, Jerome. I'm going to share the link. I mean, Benji, you should feel free to come up here if you want to as well. Yeah, but Jerome, I need to hear about your trip. All right, let's move on to why we're here. Let us move on. We're going to one and only. All right, so shout out to Mickey though. Give her a like. Give her a like.
Mickey usually on.
I can't wait to see what Mickey True gonna say.
All right.
Hey yo, Kayla. Mickey using your name for cloud again.
Okay.
Oh, what's up, Truth Team? Listen, this weekend has been full of surprises. And
All right.
know, I'd have been kind of like just off the grid, some, not really online like that, but I had to come on and do a
I think, didn't you say she's from South Carolina? Jerome, I think that's what you said, right?
Sunday video for y'all about our favorite couple,
All right.
yes, the Jacksons. And boy, was it a celebration. I'm talking about from new friends that used to be on the jury that acquitted Mr. Jackson, to
I don't know. To me, that is, maybe it's just because I tend to be a standoffish. It is puzzling to me that uh, again, this might be like the Atlanta culture, or maybe maybe I'm just standoffish. To me, it is very strange for attorneys to go on. It's one thing, even befriending clients. I don't befriend clients, all right? Like, once we're done, we part ways, we move on about our business. I don't even run into former clients. That is rare. Every like maybe 2 or 3 occasions, maybe 4 now that I think about it, I may have run into a client or a criminal defendant to when as a prosecutor, but I usually turn the other way. I'm not trying to, I don't want you to asking me about your case. I try to have a discussion outside of the courtroom. But to me, it is puzzling that an attorney would go on to befriend jurors. It's just weird, especially folks that were jurors on a trial that your husband, I don't know, the whole thing's a little strange to me, but yeah, it's a little strange to me, but I suppose maybe I'm just a standoffish person.
a bridal party, okay, with Alexis Sky. Now, I recall seeing Alexis Sky at Kayla's birthday party last year, but I didn't really think nothing of it at that point because that was before Kayla became half of our favorite couple. But now I'm like, that's your homegirl, though. Interesting.
Who's Alexis Sky?
To that. And
this is the problem. I'm trying to be nosy and gossipy, but I don't even know all the characters.
New babies.
All right.
Yeah. New babies. So without further ado, let's get into it.
All right.
We have Mickey Truth.
All right, come
Who
on.
is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Where should I start? Okay. Like when I got sent this, and it was so crazy. I actually saw this post, hearted it, but I didn't.
This should not be surprising. If she is in fact married, it shouldn't be surprising because the man was convicted of 1 count. He was not sentenced to incarceration. He was sentenced to time served because he had spent over 2 years incarcerated. I mean, they're married, and even if they were not married and they were just dating, obviously they're commingling reproductive organs. So it shouldn't be surprising, but I don't know. I'm a little, I don't know. I'm judgmental. So
look, because y'all know, I just be going through the motions and I wasn't paying no attention. Okay. However, the Truth team has been paying attention. They sent it to me. They were like, you didn't see this? I'm like, oh my God. I got to do a video because I wasn't even coming on until tomorrow.
All right.
So let's just start with this first video. Now, y'all remember I told y'all when they did the cooking with Kayla and Shannon, which included the juror, right?
Yeah, to me, that is just, it's a little, that's off to me. I don't even befriend other attorneys. Like, it's rare for me to befriend other attorneys. So having jurors, I don't even have people over. I don't. Even colleagues, people that I somewhat like-ish, you're not coming over to do what?
Was it juror 528 or something like that?
Okay.
I thought it was odd, okay? But I even think it's more odd that she's at the bridal celebration.
Jerome says I'm hilarious. Thank you, Jerome. But I don't know.
Even think it's more odd that she's at the bridal celebration.
Bridal celebration?
Like, that's more odd. I don't know. Is this Kayla's birthday? It's still more odd. I just can't, again, don't know if it's anything illegal. That's just so weird.
What is this? Hold on, you guys. I'm nosy. I need to see who are these people. I don't even know the people, but I want to know. I don't know. Something's
Weird to
going
me
on.
because now y'all up in the videos, all that. Like you was just part of the girl pack.
Listen, I don't care what nobody says. These folks are gonna fall out. All right. I'm not necessarily saying Kayla and her husband, but these individuals out here and the jurors and this and that, they're gonna fall out.
No, seeing a little sketchy. Just saying. But anyway, as y'all can see, they was having fun. You know what I'm saying? Kayla has the ball, okay, and she was doing her one too. Now, let me tell you, the next video, I was like, oh, okay. And now that I look at the caption on this video, I do believe it's Kayla's birthday. So happy birthday, Kayla. If it's not your birthday yet, happy birthday. And if it's past your birthday, happy belated birthday.
All right.
But hey, she was doing her one too. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I said Kayla had to be feeling good. That's what I originally said when I first saw the video. That she had to be feeling good. You know, she done plopped down on the ground. She getting her ego on.
All right.
And I'm like,
Drop down.
oh,
girl. Okay,
maybe she wasn't feeling good, right?
This is the lawyer that you're looking at, Benji. If in case you're trying to figure out what we were acting to, but this is the lawyer that got married to the criminal defendant, where she appeared on behalf of a prosecutor's witness. All right.
Maybe she was just on her natural, buzz because, boom, she went to Instagram and she.
What on earth is going on? What's going on? And I mean, I am very curious to find out, with the advancement of social media, by the time that my daughter gets to her 40s and I don't know, 50s, or maybe even her 20s and 30s, I am curious to find out what lawyering is going to look like, or at least, the images, the images that attorneys portray, right? Again, maybe it's because I cannot strip or whatever the hell they're doing over here, but I did not know. I don't have social media for one. Maybe that's my saving grace, with the exception of Reddit and YouTube. That's why I'd be acting up on here. Maybe if I actually had social media, I'd be out there stripping and shaking my booty a little bit, and not gossiping about other people. But I know something's going on. So Jerome says, "What time is the crib?" Let's see. Jerome, I don't know. I'm on like vacations. I'm off. I would say we have about another hour. Yeah, we have about another hour.
She posted this, okay? And she said,
I have questions. Okay? And wait, is that actually Kayla or is that somebody else? Is this Kayla? Why does everybody else have some type of shorts on and she's out here in, I don't know, a bikini? I have questions, folks. I don't know. Atlanta's so different, man. It is so. Maybe for them, this might be in Texas for all I know. Wherever they are, it's different.
She done plopped down on the ground. She getting her ego.
She say she plopped down. I missed that.
She had to be feeling good. She done plopped down on the ground. She getting her ego on. But then I'm like, oh, maybe she wasn't feeling good, right? Maybe she was just on her natural.
Maybe this was for the husband, but I don't know. Something's going on.
Buzz, because boom, she went to Instagram and she posted this, okay? And she said, well, happy birthday to me. Was
spread out legs and everything. What on earth is going on?
Some emojis. But that last emoji was a pregnant emoji. And I'm like, pregnant well? Like, when did this happen? Now, y'all know Kayla has not been quiet about trying to start a family with Shannon. She said,
Benji said, shake that thing. Make sure you're getting paid. Shout out to all the scrippers. Like, what on earth?
On the day that he was acquitted, she want a baby tonight.
All
Okay.
right.
And she has said that she stopped drinking and all that because she was preparing her body to give her husband a baby. So we already knew that was coming. But I'm just gonna tell y'all something. This picture here.
Okay, so Brooklyn says that it does not appear, she does not appear pregnant. I suppose it would depend. Let me leave it there because I'm about to just talk a whole bunch of crap. Let me leave her alone.
Now, Kayla, you ain't new to this at this point. You done been in this content game over 6 months.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of thought when you think of Kayla, she already showed us her closet with all her Birkins and stuff, and SB flashes, hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably over exaggerating on the hundreds of thousands, but he flashes all his money. And I would have thought they would have kind of popped out with the I'm pregnant thing a little differently, but I wasn't expecting this. Now, for one, why the hell is these pregnancy tests on this nasty ass count?
Ooh, hold on, Mickey. Wait, Mickey said what? Hold on. Oh my goodness.
Anything a little differently, but I wasn't expecting this. Now, for one, why the hell is these pregnancy tests on this nasty ass count? Wipe off the count. The death, whatever.
This is what I always say about social media. Listen, if you're gonna take a photo in a mirror, wipe the mirror down. If you're gonna be on a counter, wipe the stuff down. Whatever it is that you're doing for social media, just clean up.
For that, wipe it off. Why is that even in the picture? Like, I was kind of, I'll be honest, I was excited for them. Then I got disappointed because I'm like, why is that there?
Mickey's a hot mess. I'm sorry.
It's like dirt or something like dripping. Like, that's not, for one, y'all already know at the end of the day, however you
I'm sure Jasmine has an explanation for this. She's probably going to say it's contact paper.
Your house is how you keep your house. That's none of our business. But it becomes our business when you show it. And I don't know if it's their house. For all we know, this is something up, but wipe it down first. Do people not look at their pictures and be like,
right?
I can see somebody trying to take that the wrong way. Let me redo it. Something. Okay? Something. That's just not that. That's just to me. It threw me off. I had to pay attention to it. And I'm just like, y'all too, fancy and bougie for that. Okay? Now,
what would be a hobby, Benji? I'm sorry. I've not kept up with the chat.
Hey, from outside looking in. But nevertheless, congratulations to the Jacksons. You know what I'm saying? I do send blessings and peace and make sure you have.
You need to wipe that thing off. I'm with Mickey on that one. Like, do something. Do something.
Have a stress-free pregnancy and all that. Now, I will say this. Now, stay your ass offline during your pregnancy because y'all know it's a cold world out here. So stay offline and focus on enjoying because I didn't even realize Kayla is like 35 now. So she got pregnant quick as hell. I'm going to tell you one thing, okay? Either Shannon's shooting out freaking gold sperm.
That's insane. I'm sorry. Apparently, she's not a part of the Plan B squad. So
they hit that thing just like that. Or Kayla ass is doing a little bit more than just not drinking wine. Okay, hey, however you got to get it done, she got it done nevertheless. Because she just got pregnant quick as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
All right.
I ain't gonna lie. Quick as hell. Okay.
I mean, is it even real though? Did she just? I don't know. There's a possibility she just posted that. Probably. I don't know. Jasmine's not here, so we don't know.
He just got out in like December? And it's February now. And I mean, like, hell, how far along is she? Now, because normally the announcement doesn't come to like the second trimester. She got to be like 4 weeks pregnant, 6 weeks pregnant, or something, right? How long does it take for a pregnancy to test to pick up?
Thank you, Jerome.
Nevertheless, I really didn't think they would have broadcasted this early. But hey, do y'all want to? She posted some pictures. I guess her and Shannon went out to dinner, and she was in her sexy mode. Okay, I said, okay, you got the boobs out, all that. Okay, Shannon looks happy, smiling, nice picture.
Yeah,
now Shannon,
I don't know about that outfit, but
you got the boobs out, all that.
She looks good.
Shannon looks happy, smiling.
I don't know. I mean, Kayla looks good though.
Nice picture. Now, Shannon, why your pen is in your shirt like that? Wear your fur. You should got your fur. But they look happy, and so look, they'll extend their family. At least we know they don't want to have issue like Alexis did. Okay,
Who's
y'all
Alexis?
say the WAP situation with the baby. So
Wait,
you won't have to worry about running that type of video.
What video?
Hey, Shannon better watch that Alexis one. I don't know. Out in the little iffy out here in these streets of YouTube. We don't know Alexis, okay? But shout out to them. That's really all I got to say about it. Like,
No, Jerome. I want to know about your trip. I want to hear about your trip. Yeah, I mean, I want to hear about your trip.
it's a YSL baby coming, a new YSL best friend, just YSL everything. And now y'all wondering why the prosecution, like, yo, we need to see all the social media handles of the jury members, because at this point, if they see old juror, I think 528 over there and all her perks in life, they gonna say, shit, I want to quit all that ass too to see what I get out of the book.
I'm sorry, she's funny.
I'm just saying. Now again, that's just my unwanted opinion. That shit there look weird as fuck. It looked like he was paid off. I mean,
I don't know. To me, that's just. I guess you'd have to be from a specific part of the country to understand that. It doesn't make sense to me.
Hey, y'all thinking it? I'ma say it. When you pop out like that, it look like you was paid off. Now again, that's just how it looks. Not saying that what it is. And hey, that's just my opinion. That's how it gives me paid. Okay. With that being said, man,
Jerome, come on. We're family. In your words, we're family, okay? I just want to hear, I want to hear about how things went.
Free that Gotti, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what?
Oh, goodness. All right. Thank you, Mickey. Let's quickly see the comments. I need to enlarge this. Let's see the comments, because I live in the comments. All right. Wishing her a healthy pregnancy. Somebody said, I knew it. I seen it in her face. All right, folks are congratulating them, okay? Another individual, alternate juror or not, it comes off as highly inappropriate and unprofessional. Kayla's profession is all about optics, and she should know better, all right? Somebody was waiting on it. I don't know. I don't have Instagram, so I guess people were, we're pretty much ready for these folks to pop out. They're ready for them to pop out. Let's see. All right. So people talking about their own experiences. I know. Oh, Crash Out Queen. Crash Out Queen says, have you seen a house carpet in that hotel room? She's definitely not into cleanliness. Also, when did Kayla stop drinking? It appears they're drinking in every video. I mean, she might be drinking water. Rough start for a brand new embroil. All right. This baby number 5 for Shannon. He's shooting. I don't know if this is blanks, whatever that is. Somebody will be mad at my comment, but oh well. All right. Another individual, Black Butterfly, says definitely a heavy drinker. She tries to hide it for the last couple of weeks, but she always looks drunk. Congratulations to the Jacksons. Don't nobody care about them. All right, let's see. But you're here. Yeah. All right. Let's see. What is this person saying? Ain't nothing sketchy. If it was Thug, and everybody would have waited it out for a verdict, don't you think? I didn't say anything about Thug. He's not hanging out with jurors publicly. Also, I said it looks sketchy to me, not that something actually happened. All right, they're arguing about something. I'll get it, falling in love and getting married, but you don't know this man, blah, blah, blah. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care that we don't know these people personally. Let's quickly go into this one comment, though. What? Her Valentine's Day was ruined? I don't know. Something's going on. I'm nosy, but I'm also not trying to be that nosy. Let's see what Mickey has.
Yeah, what's up, True Team? Yo, people was in the comments like, yo, Mickey, you got it all wrong.
Okay.
It wasn't no jury tampering. What you talking about? Why would you put that in the atmosphere? Like, come on now. This and that. And I'm like, hold on. When did I say it was
Jerome
jury
says that it's confirmed that she's pregnant. I'm gonna have to close some of my tabs.
tampering?
I have so many tabs open that my computer is literally slow, but I did download a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so Jerome says it's confirmed that she's pregnant. Okay. Brooklyn says, I don't think she confirmed it. Jerome, she's going to be a huge girl after the. Jerome, what are you talking about? Apparently, she eats too much. She's gonna be a big. I'm sorry, I should not be laughing. I mean, if you're carrying another individual inside of you, it makes sense that you would gain something. And I mean, it looks like she's had work done before, so she can probably go on and get, pay for another doctor. When she goes to the doctor, she can point to, just the menu and say, I want the number 5. All right. Pretty much pick out the number 5 and move on. Jerome says, please forgive me. Nothing wrong with big girls, but she's going to be a big girl. I could see it. She's going to be. I should not be laughing. I should not be laughing. I mean, I was big when I had a baby. Most of my life, I weighed like 100 pounds, and then I fell pregnant, and I carried a big girl. Okay, my daughter. I mean, she's not big now, but when she was a little kid, that kid was round, baby. My kid, when she was about like a year old, a little over a year, a girl weighed like over 40 pounds. She weighed over 40 pounds. Every time I took her to the pediatrician, they told her that I either had to do some strength training or something because I could actually not carry her in the car seat. But yeah, I mean, when you carry, Jerome says, "Where's the erase button?" Don't regret it now, Jerome. I read out your comments already. Brooklyn says, "Quick on live, blah blah blah." Yeah, I mean, eventually most people do lose the weight. I lost a lot of the weight, but I remember looking at myself, looking at my reflection. I'm like, oh, you're kind of big, girl. Yeah, but I lost my weight after I had the baby. I went down to 100 pounds again, and then during COVID, I don't know what the hell I was doing with my life, but during COVID, I did gain some weight. I gained weight during COVID. There was a time when I was like 170 pounds. I was big. I was really big, but I lost the weight. So I lost the weight. All right, let's see what Mickey's talking about.
Okay. I clearly said what it looked like, not what it is.
What are the
like,
comments?
come on, people. But anyway, let's talk about it.
We have Mickey Truth.
Come on, Mick.
Who is
I told you I really didn't care to hear from him because it's like at this point, didn't care to hear from him because it's like at this point, we really don't care. Okay.
All right.
Now, I just think for me, if they were found like guilty, I probably wouldn't want to hear like how did they come to that conclusion. But based on what I saw, the times I did watch the trial, it was not so much the bridal celebration. Y'all know, Kayla was all on TikTok doing the TikToks and all that, and had her veil on, and the jury.
That's weird to me. That is just. Again, maybe it's because I'm standoffish, but that is so strange to me.
Is the one in the green, okay? So I'm like, yo, that still looks weird to me. And I said, hey, looks like you've been paid off to me.
I know
okay.
Paid off.
Now again, I said that's what it looked like. That's not what it is.
All right,
that's
Kayla, hold on. Kayla
still looks weird to me. And I said, hey, looks like you've been paid off to me.
Moves.
Okay. Now again, I said that's what it looked like. That's not what it is, but that's what it looks
like. I know Mickey is defending herself. We're quickly gonna move on to because we were talking about what is this? I'm gonna have to close some of these tabs because my computer's slower than it should be. We're gonna go to Simone, red wine. Girl, is that legal. All right, so this is
Her attorneys were really.
This is an attorney out of, I don't know, is Simone out of Houston or Dallas? I don't remember. But I don't know this woman personally. I've talked about her a few times. Big shout out to Mickey. Okay, her videos always they come in clutch, and she has good commentary. So for Simone Redwine, I do not know this woman personally. My introduction to her was through Ready to Love. This was during COVID. This is when I was watching just trash TV. So it's on the O Network. The premise of this show, they typically get you know, black singles. They get black singles and try and match them, whatever. Oftentimes people match, but some of these relationships do not last. All right. So this girl, Simone, she had not matched. Had she matched? I don't remember. Anyways, when I watched the show, I really did not like her character because I don't remember what she did. I think it had something to do with Joy. There's a girl by the name of Joy. She was being messy, all right? Trying to turn men against Joy, something along those lines, all right? But after the show ended, she and her once upon fiance, they had a YouTube channel called Ages and Stages. Okay, the channel was called, or it's still called, Ages and Stages. And every once in a while I'd watch the show because she's actually really funny. Simone is really, really funny, and I liked watching the interaction between her and the fiance. He was on the show, Rashid Floyd, I believe is his name. So they did not match on the show, but they got in a relationship after the show ended. Okay, so that was good to follow. And they appeared, surface level, they appeared to be a successful black couple. But as things went on, it was later, they got engaged and everything. It was later revealed that the man actually had, he must have been in debt or something along those lines, and he was trying to, keep up with the Kardashians or somebody else. But overall, she broke up with the man, called up the engagement and everything because the man did not actually have the type of money or the type of, what is this? The type of, what is this? The word escaped me. But he was not as well off as she thought he was. So that's going to bring us into her video. Okay. So this is her video. All right. Hey, y'all. I'd like to assume that this is actually going to be a funny video, but because we're talking about, attorneys lacking judgment, we might as well go with it. Jerome says, I'm awesome. Thank you, Jerome. What is this? What are you talking about, Jerome? Brooklyn says, I hope she signed a prenup. They were incarcerated. I don't know, not they, but the man was incarcerated. And hold on. Are you talking about Simone? I think we've moved on. I thought you were talking about what's her name? Kayla. Jerome. Okay. After you take a picture of the mug. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what's happening. I just think this is going to be funny. Hopefully she doesn't disappoint me, but I think this is going to be funny.
It's your legal bestie, Attorney Simone, and
the reason why I gave that background information, I would understand why Simone would, fall in love with an international drug dealer. Because again, when the man that she, was trying to pursue a relationship with turned out to not be as affluent or as well off as she thought he was, he clearly served no value. But
decided to roll out story time. I'm calling it Sidebar. So here's my first story time. It's the story of how I fell in love with an international drug dealer. Hope you like it. Leave your comments below and check out my page, Girl, Is That Legal, on YouTube for more content.
All right.
So this is a story of how
I just scrolled down a little bit to see how many views she got on this, because 11K for this, I don't know. Maybe it blows up in 2 years or whatever. I don't know, though. I'm not, as an attorney, I'm not getting up here talking about my lack of judgment for 11K. But here's the difference as well. Simone does work for herself, okay? So it's not one of those things where you report to somebody else and they're scrutinizing your personal life.
I fell in love with an international drug dealer and had an affair with a little drug lord. All right, so I was minding my business in a third world country. I was prancing around the beach of Jamaica, Montego Bay, when I see this guy and I'm like, oh, he is
Shout out to
so
Jamaica.
handsome. And he's with a group of other guys. So I just prance around with
She was alone. I don't know. I'm gonna leave her alone.
my little girlfriends. And whenever I want to meet like a new guy, especially if I'm traveling, my international pickup line is as follows. Hey, y'all. So I always do.
I don't know, people. All right. I cannot relate to this, but okay. I am terrified of anything and everything. So I do not see myself. Okay, but this is the difference. Simone, from what I recall, if I remember, oh, and she's a graduate of Cornell. Shout out to Cornell, okay? But if I remember correctly, Simone, doesn't she do like bankruptcy or something along those lines? She has no real experience with criminal courts, criminal defense, or prosecution. Based on the things that I have seen in courtrooms, I'm suspicious of everybody. There is no way I'm not even going to the grocery store and sparking up a conversation. Not happening.
Hey y'all, because hey y'all is like, it's like a greeting, it's pleasant, and you can't really get rejected from a hey y'all, you know?
Yeah.
It's like hello. And so I said, hey y'all, and they go, hello, hello. They were British. And so I was like, well, what brought you gentlemen to town? This is Montego
Girl, did you have your boobs out?
Bay, Jamaica, mind you. Like, I'm really acting like I know where I'm at and whatever. I'm there for a wedding. So I'm like, oh, what brought you boys to town? And they're like, oh, we're here on holiday. And it's like 5 of them, right? Good looking, all black eyes.
Okay.
And the one that I like, he looks so like, oh, he looked like mysterious and stuff. He got a little hat on and stuff. And you know, they're European. And he was like, oh, what's your name? And I introduced, I was like, oh, I'm Simona. Because whenever I travel internationally, I'm Simona because a lot of people don't know how to pronounce Simone properly.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, I'm Simona. So
she changed up her name and everything. All right. Our girl tried to secure a bag.
I was like, well, what are you? I said, oh, how long have you guys been here? Because I had only been there for like 2 or 3 days and was leaving soon. They were like, oh, we've been here for 2 weeks. I was like, 2 weeks?
Dang.
I said, well, what do you guys do? They're like, we work for ourselves. I was like, damn, y'all must sell some real good drugs. And then they looked at each other.
Wait, what?
I was like, damn, y'all must sell some real good drugs.
Okay.
And then they looked at each other and they busted out laughing. And I was like, kind of serious, but kind of not. Because I'm like, this was the month of February.
All right.
And I'm like, who can just take 2 weeks of holiday in the middle of the year? Because see, in their culture, you take holiday generally in the summer. So like middle of the year, you're 2 weeks off. Y'all are some fine black men on the beach of Jamaica. Y'all probably like, you know, lift a little weight or whatever they call it. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm getting a little too excited.
Mind you, I went to Catholic school. My first boyfriend is like a doctor and all that stuff. So like I never had a thug stage. So this was it. So we exchanged numbers. And he was like, oh, would you like something to drink? So we walk over to the
Rome said, is this the new? No, I just thought about this because this video was recommended to me a few weeks back, but I never watched the video. But because I got up here and I was talking about attorneys misbehaving, I figured it would be a great way to, talk about Simone as well.
The beach bar. And I was like, sure. And he gets up and girl, he got all these coochie cutters. I was like, oh, I see you with them coochie cutters. He was like, what? I was like, coochie cut, like, and I was like coochie cutters. He didn't know what I was talking about, but he thought everything I said was funny due to the fact that I have this big old accent, right? So we have a good time. And then he's like, hey, well, our apartment is over here. We have more drinks. We're going to be vibing out. What do they call it? Lining, something like that. We're going to go over there and hang out. I was like, cool.
Simone's a better human being than me. Because listen, even if I go to a colleague's house and I have my kid, I'm not drinking, and let me not say colleague's house because I've only been to when I was at legal aid. Usually, I am comfortable going to folks' homes when I'm leaving employment because I'm like, I'm not seeing you behind again. So whatever happens, I have zero concerns. But I don't even, I don't know, I don't even drink around other folks when I have my kid because I don't know what the hell. Something might happen, an emergency might arise. I might have to drive, and she's out here drinking with folks she doesn't know.
So me and my girl, we go over and we hang out at their apartment. It was basic. I mean,
I don't know. Simone is. I don't know.
it looked totally like a drug dealer's pad. You know, it had each has separate rooms. It was cool. So I go over there. Like, I don't really know what he does, but I really don't care because he's buying drinks. He ain't asking me for shit. And
oh my goodness, Simone.
At this point, you know, I've dealt with some real regulars. This was like,
hold on,
I'm not even gonna say what year it was because I don't want people to know who this person was. Bless his little heart.
Been dating for a while.
But I was dealing with some like real questionable men at this point. Questionable from the perspective of like character, not other areas. So I go, we hang out at the room, and they're like, yeah, let's go out later tonight. And I was like, cool, sure. So we link up, and now all of the guys, now one of the guys is supposed to be a paparazzi over there in London. Like, none of their jobs are like real jobs. Mind you, one of them now, should I say this? One of them now is like a big time podcaster in Great Britain. And like, he went to.
What kind of girls do you like, Jerome? Or women, rather?
He was caught with like 10 kilos or something like that of weed. Going in between countries. I don't want to say too much because it's Googleable. And so, like, all I'm saying is, like, this is what they all do. All right.
So Benji said it's a little different from what he's used to from Sustained Overruled, but he's eating it up. Yeah, I mean, Benji, today was a disturbing day, okay? The fact in that case, highly disturbing. This is a good way for us to just, what is this? I guess, what do we call it? Unwind for the night, because we do get to carry on with the trial tomorrow. And then, okay, so Jerome says respectful and success. I don't like that G word. I don't like that word.
We're hanging out. We're having a good time. He asked me to go out later. We meet. We go to the club later, and then he's coming back to the room. He comes back. We have a great time. And he's just like, this is wonderful. So I'm the queen of background checks. So before I go out with him, though, I said, hey, babe, I need to take a picture of your ID, and I'm going to send it to my girlfriends. Okay. That way ain't going to be no Natalie Holloway over here. Okay, I'm not going to come up missing. That way, if I come.
I don't know. Hopefully you guys know who that is. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she is from... the young lady is from Alabama. I remember the individual. Wasn't that guy the Dutch guy? He was arrested. Was it last year, the year? And it cannot be 2024. There was a lot going on. Was it 2023, 2022? Was it Aruba? I think it was Aruba.
Come up missing. My girlfriends will be like, oh, she was with.
Girl, it might be a fake ID. How does that help you?
So-and-so. So he's like, oh, that's weird. We don't really do that in my country, but okay. So he let me take a picture of his ID. So that made me think maybe he's not so much of a drug dealer, because like drug dealers don't really like you to know their identity, but whatever. Okay. Also, when I told him, when he asked me what I did and I said lawyer, they were like, oh, and they all they were like, oh, we might need you. And I'm like,
I'm sorry. I'm getting a little too excited.
Oh, okay. What for? Interesting. But they were all cool. I was with my girls initially. I was with one of my homegirls when I was hanging out with them at their apartment. I was never by myself.
All right.
But that night, he wanted to go to the club, us two. So that's where, took a picture of the ID, gave it to my homegirls, right? Sure. So we go out to the club. I bring him back to my Airbnb. And he hangs out. He stays there and everything. And my girls were like, oh, so how was it? I was like, oh my gosh, girls, he was amazing. He was so sweet. And all this great stuff.
What did he do?
So I didn't do the background. I was having so much fun. I didn't do the background check beforehand. I do the background check after he's left. And I'm like, ah! An article comes up.
Oh, wow. So he gave his real, this man gave his real ID. Sheesh. All right.
Article says that At age 17, he was caught with 50,000 pounds worth of crack cocaine and heroin.
Hold on. Let's pause right there. Those are real numbers. Those are real numbers.
50,000 pounds. So I holler, I do the background check. I'm looking at it on my phone and I'm like, ah, and my homegirls that I'm with the Airbnb, they're like, what is it? What is it? And I was like, oh my God, this article says at age 17, he was caught with 50,000 pounds of crack cocaine and heroin.
I mean, those are real drugs. That's not even, marijuana. I don't know.
Oh my God, what amazing leadership skills.
I'm sorry. I knew Simone was going to be funny. She's really funny. Simone is funny as heck.
That's the kind of weight he was moving at 17. He should have a conglomerate at this point. I was so excited for his potential growth.
What, is this real? I thought it was sarcasm. What the hell?
I was like, oh my gosh, hopefully he's like legit now. We can put that money in Bitcoin. There's so much we can do.
Oh yeah, she was hungry. I'm sorry. She was hungry.
We can buy properties.
I mean, you don't even know. I'm sorry. You don't know this man and you already have designated plans for his money? I don't know, Simone.
I always wanted a Miami property. And my homegirl listened to me. She's like, bitch, what is wrong with you?
Right. Like, what? What the hell?
You had this criminal in our Airbnb. I was like, well, technically he's not a criminal anymore. That occurred when he was 17. And mind you, part of the reason the article was...
I'm sorry. Jerome says, and Brooklyn says, is this real? I don't know. But I don't know. She sounds money hungry. But she sounds money hungry. I don't know. Let's move on. Let us move on. Sorry. I was not expecting her to respond in the manner that she did.
As the big art. Mind you, all I did was Google his name.
Right.
And this was like a big deal because apparently when he got sentenced, now he only got sentenced to 2 years. Okay. That's a good little amount of time. Like, you're not even gay yet. Like, if you're not gay when you go, if you can do 2 years without gayness. But when we get into like the double digits, like if he had been in there like 10 years, 7, even 7, 8 years, I'd be like, oh, he's probably like.
That's an ignorant statement. But again, Simone, from what I recall, she has no background with criminal courts, all right, apart from apparently, falling in love with international drug dealers and, earmarking their ill-gotten gains. But that is an ignorant statement.
Like 49% gay, which if you know me, I'm okay. I need you to be like 32% gay or less.
Jerome said pause. What? This girl. Brooklyn said, so don't tell me she's expecting to. I don't know why I'm cracking up, but let's go back. Yeah, she's saying some ignorant stuff here, but whatever. It's what we get. This is what we get for, hopping on other people's channels.
Oh, if you can do 2 years without gayness. But when we get into like the double digits, like if he had been in there like 10 years, 7, 8 years, I'd be like, oh, he's probably like 49% gay. Which if you know me, I'm okay. I need you to be like 32% gay or less.
This girl is wild. She's really wild.
Like my gaydar, like don't like 32 or less. Because as we know, I used to say one of Diddy's sex workers.
I mean, what does that even mean? Like he does beads every once in a while. What does that mean? What does 32% look like? He likes to be tickled every once in a while. What is she talking about?
Like 32 or less. Because as we know, I used to date one of Diddy's sex workers. That was a guy.
What? Hold on. Let's go back. What? This is too much information even for me.
Like my gaydar, like don't like 32 or less.
Okay.
Because as we know, I used to date one of Diddy's sex workers. That was a guy.
Wait, what? hold on. Am I hearing that right? I'm gonna put closed caption on. She said she used to date what?
Or less. Because as we know, I used to date one of Diddy's sex workers.
That's what I thought she said. I thought she said she used to date one of Diddy's sex workers. But, I don't know, Simone. I I have questions. I don't even know what I clicked on, but okay, let's.
The guy.
Okay.
Anyway, so my girlfriends are like, why did you bring this man?
I have. How old was she when she dated the sex worker? And did she know that she was allegedly Diddy's sex worker at the time? Or did she find out after the fact? And how long did they date? I have questions.
Man at our place, knowing good and well that he has, I was like, well, I didn't know. I didn't Google him until after. But guys, you're looking at it wrong. Like, we need to look at this with the glass half full. We need to look at it with the Bentley half full. Okay. We need to look at it with the cash paid off flats half full flats. That's what they live in over there. So I was like, it's fine, guys. It's fine. Like, we're having a love affair. It's totally fine. He sold those drugs at 17. Part of the reason it was all in the article.
And I mean, it's not as if, girl. So before she dated the individual, right? Within a few hours or a day or two of meeting this individual, she finds out that, he was a drug lord. All right. And it sounds like him being a drug lord and potentially having a significant amount of money is what attracted her to the man. I don't know. Something's going on.
Oh, it was because when he got his sentence, he was only sentenced to 2 years. He and his homeboy busted out laughing in the courtroom, and we'll start.
Brooklyn is calling Cap.
Started high-fiving each other.
Wait, what happened?
Because when he got his sentence, he was only sentenced to 2 years. He and his homeboy busted out laughing in the courtroom, and we'll started high-fiving each other.
All right.
He was silly, but he was only 17, so it's fine. It's fine.
All right. How old were you though?
So then we kept in touch. So then I had to leave, and I was like, oh my gosh, when am I going to see you again? He's like, well, I want to see you as soon as possible. I'll send for you to come visit me in London. So I was like, yes, boo. I was like, I own my own business. I have my own firm. So not only can I see you whenever.
Jerome said crazy people be telling the truth sometimes.
But, I'm like the cutest little tax deduction you ever gonna meet, boo, because you could take me on a trip.
Called herself a tax deduction. What the hell?
And you could write me off as a legal expense. Ow. He was like, oh, I love the way you think. I was like, yeah, because, I want to make sure he can get.
I don't know. Sounds like aiding in it. I don't know. Let me not even put that on Simone, but
and stay legit. So my assumption, he's totally
girl, I guess, because I was gonna say you cannot just date like a Walmart manager, like somebody with a job, like a job, a job that's not gonna land them in jail or in prison.
Legit, or we would be fine. So, baby, I met him. That was Saturday that I met him on the beach.
Okay.
Sunday,
you're in a relationship.
We had our little rendezvous. I left Monday.
Okay.
Babe, please tell me, we was on that phone boot caking every day. Valentine's Day was that Thursday.
Okay.
He sent me a bouquet of flowers that arrived Wednesday and a ticket to London, baby.
Girl, I don't know about this. Jerome said you started. I'm sorry. Apparently, I have to finish it out. I don't know.
I said, I'm going, tell it who. So I got on that plane, baby. I went to London. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
It was really, this trip was dangerous because I made some bad decisions.
I mean, did you tell your parents? Friend, somebody, I don't know.
So I get to the airport, the flight is smooth. when I land in London, the line for like immigration and stuff is so long.
Right.
Now, I used to live in London. I lived there for like 6 months for study abroad. And I know they racist over there. And I'm watching people
Girl,
skip the line,
you
skip the
living
line,
there.
and all these people are white. So I tapped one of them little airline workers at the immigration. I said, how come they get to skip me? She said, oh, because those are families. Families are allowed to skip the line. Baby, I told her my back up like this. I said, well, I'm pregnant. Can I skip the line? Because it was taking a long time and my baby was missing me. Okay. I had landed on that plane and he was missing me. So he kept saying like he was waiting for me on the other side. And he was like, hey, are you coming? Are you coming? Like,
It's so dangerous. What if I don't know? I need Cal in here to tell. What if law enforcement was waiting on the other side? This is just, I don't know. I hope, Simone, I hope you're lying.
What's taking so long? So I told that immigration, I was like, well, I'm pregnant. Can I go through the family line? They were like, yeah.
And they're like, who are you going to visit? You write this individual's names that I don't know. Huh?
Cut the line, baby. I cut about an hour from my immigration wait. The only thing I was nervous about, I was like, oh God, I don't want karma to make me pregnant for real with this international stranger. So that's neither here nor there. I get through, he's waiting for me, he hugs me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, where are we staying? Because I know he lives in the outskirts.
Okay.
I won't say where, because if you know him, you know. But he lives in the outskirts, but he got a room for us special in London. Like it was a really cool hotel.
No, I'll leave Simone alone because she got up here and exposed herself or whatever. But I don't know, like this is what impresses you.
In London. And then he got us a rental. He was like, oh yeah, I had to switch out the rental. So I'm piecing this stuff together. Like switch out the rental. Now, what he tells me he does for a living, by the way, he tells me he's in construction. He does contracting. He fixes up and flips property.
He was constructing.
Now, especially if you ever meet men in Atlanta, you know that is one of the things that men tell you that they do when they really just sell drugs, because you get fewer questions. People are like, oh, real estate, great. So he was like, I'm in real estate. And I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever. You're paying for everything. I'm coming, right? At this point, I have his address. My friends back home know where I'm at. Baby, I'm having the time of my life. I'm posting hashtag 90-day fiance. He's taking me out. We going places. But he keeps switching out his rental. And I'm overhearing some conversations. And
I don't know how long my mic was. I don't know how long my mic was what is this muted for? But I'll carry on.
I'm like, okay. He's switching out the rental. He switched out the rental like I'm there for a week. He switched out the rental like twice. Like, interesting. Then we go link up with his homeboys that from Jamaica that we've seen in Jamaica, all of whom were on holiday in the middle of February. And one of them live in the projects, but the projects in London are nice. Literally, the project looks like a brownstone. But I'm like, I think this is the project. Just because, like, you can see the accoutrements. Like,
I don't know. I think this was, wasn't it like South London or something? Brooklyn says, all right, thanks,
Brooklyn. No granted countertops or nothing like that. I said, I think we're in the projects. But it was nice projects. But that makes sense. Like drug dealers live in projects so they can just maintain their territory. That's what I learned from BMF.
From where?
Projects so they can just maintain their territory. That's what I learned from BMF. Empower.
From BMF? All right. Okay.
And so I was like, oh gosh, really? I am okay. All right. So I was like, okay, so his boys are okay. But one of the boys said he was like a soccer coach or something like that. So I was like, oh, okay, that's probably why you're poor. Now, I also realized it was probably the coach. Okay, so his boys.
Simone has zero filters, okay?
Are okay. But one of the boys said he was like a soccer coach or something like that. So I was like, oh, okay, that's probably why you're poor.
That's
now
crazy.
I also realized
this girl is wild. She is so wild.
It was probably the projects because there was like a sign as you enter that said this building is owned by the government of something, 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 the ministry of something, something for poor people. I don't really know what it was called. Yeah. I was like, okay, yeah. So I was like, I think I'm in the project. Well, this is like a little cultural visit.
This is perfect.
You know, he took me out to eat. We went to these nice places. But then one of the night, apparently because he had spent this time with me. So then we get to like Saturday night. He
Okay.
spent this time with me, and apparently back where he lives, because he doesn't live in London. He lived in like some other town that's like hours away.
He did not take you out there. He probably had a wife at home. I don't know.
Someone that was covering his route, so to speak, and somebody didn't do a drop off properly. So I hear him like cussing and fussing somebody out. And I'm supposed to be in the shower. So he waits till I'm in the shower. He's cussing and fussing this person out. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, oh my gosh. And he's like, you cost me thousands. I need this connect and blah, blah, blah. You said you were going to do, and he's going off, boo, like off. And I was like, oh my God, this doesn't sound like the construction worker I thought I was falling in love with. But
girl, you knew I don't know. Let's move.
Neither here nor there. Now, mind you, so they work that out. He takes me out. We're going out. I'm sending pictures to my girls back home. Like, oh my gosh. And when I tell you this man is fine, he is fine. Okay. He's so good. He's like, I like men with good bone structure.
Thanks.
Does he have it? Yes. He had nice bone structure, because good bone structure.
Simone is so vain.
The guy has good bone structure. What it means is like a nice nose, chiseled face, like nice features. I think of Tyson Beckford, Tay Diggs, Morris Chestnut. That's good bone structure. And you want that, because everybody gets fat one day.
Ooh.
And then that way, if he gets fat on you or something, he'll look like cute little Teddy Ruxpin. Okay, like Teddy Ruxpin. Google it if you don't know about him. He's like a little doll from our childhood, as opposed to you rolling over looking at this little mongrel.
Oh, and Simone Redwine, she starred in a very old movie. I cannot remember. I don't remember what the movie. It's some old movie. She starred in the movie when she was a little girl. Because I think Simone must be. I think she must be in her 40s, if I'm not mistaken.
Who's probably gonna get older, gonna get cranky, gonna do all these things. I'm like, I don't want you. This guy had excellent bone structure. He was so handsome. So I'm sending pictures to my girl Whitney.
Jerome Retainer. I don't want to detain her.
I grew up with from San Antonio. Girl, Whitney is a fool. And Whitney was like, oh my God, girl, he's fine. She goes, girl, he fine. Get pregnant by him.
Woo!
I'm like, Whitney, I cannot do that. His wages aren't even garnishable. So like this whole time, like I'm enjoying myself, and I'm really like, but I'm kind of thinking about it a little bit, because at this point I'm in my mid 30s, early 30s, and I don't have any children. But I'm like, seriously, I'm not about to get.
I don't know. So that was within the last 10 years or so. I don't know. I cannot believe you're making such terrible decisions in your I mean, Kayla's in her 30s too, so I suppose
nobody's wages. I can't garnish. Like it'd be bad enough to be a single mom, but then to be a single mom and poor.
That's crazy.
Running around like I can't even take trips and cruises and stuff, because I can't even go down to the courthouse and get a little this or that from your employer. Why? Because you're an international drug dealer. You don't have one. You're self-employed. Crazy. No, my kids are gonna have to go to underfunded public schools running around with you. So,
girl.
Then the next day, I went and I bought a Plan B, because I thought about what she said and she was right. Well, apparently,
shout out to Plan B. Okay, I cannot believe that this girl was letting that man raw dog her. Like, you don't even know this person. But shout out to Plan B though.
Schools running around with you. So then the next day, I went and I bought a Plan B. Because I thought about what she said and she was right. Well, apparently over there, and I was like, okay, how does this even work? He was like, don't worry, darling, I'll get it for you.
I know that is so crazy that you're gonna let somebody that you don't actually know not in you. How does that work? Did you exchange? I don't know. That is just, I don't know, like STDs, HIV, AIDS, something. I don't know. This is very irresponsible. Now, I suppose when people have money and you want money, then they get free reign.
He talks like that, but like it's like hood too, so I can't really emulate it. So he runs down and he tries to get me the Plan B. He was like, well, what kind do you want? I was like, I don't know, the kind that works on Americans. So he's like,
girl said, she said, what? Hold on. Let's go back.
So he runs down and he tries to get me the Plan B. He was like, well, what kind do you want? I was like, I don't know, the kind that works on Americans. So he's like, I don't think it works that way. But I take the plan B, I pop it. Because again, I am terrified because I done lied at the airport. I done skipped the regular line to be in the family line. I done lied at the airport, told these people I was pregnant. Then I'm running around with this international drug dealer, letting him love on me. Because Marlon let my dumb friend convince me that maybe I should let him get me pregnant a little bit. Because I don't have anything better to do. And at this point, I'm like a good 34. I don't know what time.
I don't know, 34, and I don't know. I'll leave Simone alone.
So anyway, I take the plan B and all is well. Okay. We have a great trip. He gets a little too high that night and tells me he loves me, but
too high on what? You guys, were you snorting? What?
I loved it. I liked it. I liked it. When he sobered up, I was like, oh my gosh, babe. So let's.
He got high? I know he was not crack. Not, not that brown stuff.
Talk about our conversation last night. He was like, what conversation? And I was like, well, you told me you love me. He was like, I never said that. I was like, yes, you did. You were on drugs a little bit. He was like, stop saying that.
I don't know. At 34, you're hanging out with people, and you're an attorney at this. I don't know. Maybe I'm too country. I'm a little too country.
It's weed. It's a spliff.
Oh, weed.
It's a spliff. It's a spliff. It's not drugs. It's not drugs. And I was like, okay, well, whatever it was, it made you tell me you love me. And I said, well, I'm not there yet, but I just love the progress of where we go. So
you aren't there yet, but you let this man just jizz in you. I don't know.
I can't wait to talk about, you coming to visit me and everything in America. It's gonna be great.
Ugh.
So wait a minute. Somebody said I'm openly admitted to being engaged.
Jerome said his nickname was probably Raw Dog. I get. Woo.
Wait a minute. Somebody said I'm openly admitted to being engaged in S trafficking. Oh no, he didn't traffic anything. I was there voluntarily, baby. I busted it wide open, threw it in a circle, threw it back, forward, baby. He admitted to being engaged in S trafficking. Oh no, he didn't traffic anything. I was there voluntarily, baby.
Right.
I busted it wide open, threw it in a circle, threw it back, forward, left, right, side to side.
I'm sorry. All right.
There was no trafficking. If anything, I was a trafficker because I definitely tried to get that dick on a plane to come visit me in Dallas.
Girl.
That's neither here nor there. So we had a great trip. I was like so invigorated. I was like, this is great. And I was like, well, let's talk about your construction business. Like, I am really 90-day fianceing this bitch. Okay. I'm like, what can we do to get you in America? I'm so excited. When are you going to come visit? He's like, we'll talk about that when you get back. Let's just enjoy each other. Cool. We're enjoying each other. We get on back. And now I'm like, all right, I saw how concretely and quickly he planned for me to visit him.
Okay.
I met him on a Saturday. We hung out Saturday, Sunday. I left Monday. He had me a ticket. I think it was Tuesday. I flew out Thursday. Like, he was on it. And this was for Valentine's Day. It was the best Valentine's ever.
All right.
So I get home, everything was great. I think everything is smoothed over, I guess, with his delivery guy. Now, I will say this. I did have concerns. Part of the other reason why I didn't want to let him impregnate me with, the non-garnishable wages and all, is I was like, well, what do you actually do? Like, I need you to have a stable job.
I know Simone is an actual attorney. This is Simone Redwine. You can look her up. She's an attorney. And again, the way I was introduced to her was through Oprah Winfrey's Ready to Love. And then things blew over. This is like 2022, 2023. And things pretty much blew up because the person that she was engaged to, ready to get married to, did not have as much money as she thought he did. And we can look him up a little bit. He is called a car god or something. I don't know, luxury cars. I drive a Kia. I cannot relate to that type of money.
Income. Now, if you want to come over to America,
I drive a Kia. As of last week, my daughter has been talking about driving a little Kia. When she starts driving, she's a long way, but she's planning ahead. So I cannot relate to this lifestyle.
And like flip houses or something, we can do that because I can set you up with excellent credit, boo-boo. Okay. Right? I can get you some good credit because you ain't even.
This girl was ready to take that money. This kind of reminds me of, who's this? Marjorie Harvey, Steve Harvey's wife, because I'll leave it there. We could probably get into Steve Harvey. What time is it? We could get, it's almost midnight. Okay, we'll finish this off and we'll be done. Because actually, when Marjorie's husband was released from prison, which was 2 or 3 years ago, I wanted to make a video on him, but I don't know. I was busy.
Over here.
Work.
Get you a little social security number type thing. Don't worry about it. I know how to.
This girl was ready to risk. And she was your behind would have ended up in
do it.
I don't know.
I was like, okay, we'll be fine. But I was like, but I just want to make sure you're totally good with being legit. Because he never like acknowledged what he was doing, but I put it all together. See, the reason he kept switching out the rentals is so the popos wouldn't figure it out. Okay. And then he kept me in a hotel so that he didn't have me around his product.
So Brooklyn said from Thursday until Wednesday, she got pregnant, flew to London, and the whole story. I don't think she said she was pregnant, but she let this man nut in her. Okay. That's my understanding. So she took a plan B. I don't know that a plan B works on actual pregnancy. You kind of need an abortion for that. So, yeah. I can get caught up on things. I'm definitely behind you in Brooklyn. All right, Jerome.
Oh my God, y'all, that's love. That's love. When a drug dealer loves you, he's not about to have you up in the trap house.
Girl.
Ew. When a drug dealer loves you, he's gonna protect and provide. Okay.
All right. That's what you're telling yourself.
Just, you know what I mean. Protect and provide and not put you in no mess. Okay. So I really appreciate it. He kept me up in this nice London hotel.
Right.
He had switched out his rental cars. My biggest concern was I just felt like,
what if he got pulled over?
You've been selling drugs since you were 17. At 17, you were arrested for, having 50,000 pounds of crack cocaine and heroin. I just feel like at 32, your business plan should be more elevated.
So she was trying to get involved in some money laundering. Simone was trying to, I don't know.
Perhaps use the dark web, maybe only accept Bitcoin. I'm not sure, but I just felt like, because he was not a homeowner, I checked.
Jerome, what are you referring to?
Like, what are the assets that we have to show for this? Because at any given day, the, British feds, whatever they're called, if they're called and we have to get you, a lawyer, because it's not going to be me, boo-boo. It's not going to be me.
Of course it's not. You have no experience representing criminal defendants.
I need to know that there are assets that can be sold. You have rentals, your apartment's a rental. These are my concerns. Okay, these are my concerns. So anyhow, I come on back, but I'm like, we can come up with a business plan. You're going to come to America and be legit, because I don't play that. You can flip houses in America. You can have your little drug dealers buy the houses on Bitcoin. You can do that now. And then at the time.
And why is that, Jerome? Why do you want me to cover more of this mess? I like the trials. I like trials.
There was no governmental questions on where the money came from. That was not my business. Not my business. Not my circus. He's supposed to come visit me, and he's kind of like slow rolling it. I was like, I thought we had a good trip. Like, what's taking so? It's like 2 weeks in.
You should recommend the videos to me, Jerome, because I focus primarily on trials.
And I was like, so babe, what's the deal? How come you don't want to buy a ticket? Come visit. He was like, so about that. So the thing of it is, and this is while Trump was president. He was like, the thing of it is that
wait, hold on. We're going to pause right there. All right. We're going to look. Let me pull out my stuff. We're going to look up. Let's see. Ready to Love Houston. When did that show air? Oh, Ready to Love Houston. All right. When was that? On what's her name again? Simone Redwine, because I've not kept up with these shows. I don't know how many. Simone Redwine, Ready to Love season. Ready to Love season. When was she on the show? Okay, that was season 3. Season 3. When did season 3 air? I cannot find it. I don't know. I don't have my phones. I'm getting, because that was during COVID. I'm just trying to figure out the timeline. I guess based on what Simone is saying, she must have been with this drug lord. When was Trump president again? I don't remember. Okay, so Joe Biden last 4 years. So 2020, I don't know. I'm trying to get the okay, Brooklyn says 2016 to 2020. So she dated, it sounds like she dated this individual right before she got into this or at least right before she actually went on the show. I don't know. All right, so okay. All right, Jerome, you can email me. You can email me.
So I'm not allowed to come to America right now. I was like, why? He was like, well, I'm on probation. I said, for what? He was like, well, this dude stepped to me. He doesn't talk like that, but he was like, basically, the charge was having a bladed receptacle. So it was having a knife. So you know how like we would get charged with, felon in possession for having a gun. His was a knife, and he's not allowed.
Oh yeah, that is true. Out there, folks don't really deal with guns like that. It's just, they like some of those butcher materials.
United States of America. I said, well, hold on, let me look this up, right? Because I had concerns. I was like, we had this whole love affair.
Okay, so it kind of sounds like this man's criminal history actually barred her from getting into some serious trouble. Because had the man come out here, Simone would have been, sounds like money laundering.
I almost let you give me a baby with ungarnishable wages. And this is why Jesus told me, don't let this man impregnate you. Take this plan B. Jesus gave me that plan B, by the way. That's how that worked out. Because Jesus knew, he's not even allowed over your country. He'll never see your baby.
That's
your
funny.
baby will really be a pastor. I only say a pastor. He won't, I'll have to take one of my gay homeboys and lie to this baby. Be like, this your daddy. Your daddy is like gay a little bit, but he loves you all the way. And that's what will happen. Me and my gay homeboy we will co-parent. That's what'll happen. Because I can't do this by myself. So he's telling me, I said, well, what is this for? So I look it up and it's technically a misdemeanor. I was like, well, baby, it's a misdemeanor. And whatever the felony that you had, it's been over 10 years. He was like, yeah, but my homeboy, he got a charge like this. Flew all the way to America. When he was trying to go through customs, they sent his butt right back. I don't want to risk it. He was like, because I'm still on probation. I was like, baby, what? Why did you do me like this? He wasted my whole time. But then it was a free trip, and I really enjoyed it. He let me go shopping, took me shopping and stuff like that. So then I thought about it. I was like, this is my penance. Jesus is punishing me. Yes, I'm Jesus's favorite sinner. But clearly he's sick of my antics because he's clearly punishing me for running around with this fool internationally, having an international love affair with this drug dealer who I know good and well will never develop the type of business plan that I'm looking for in a husband.
That girl was ready. Listen,
and so
this girl was ready to help that man money launder. Okay. So So Jerome says this is a good look. And so I remember you did a show on Who's Baby Daddy. It makes sense. You're straight in New York. Great commentary for you. It makes so much sense. Brooklyn insists that I am somewhere in Alaska.
Ultimately, our love affair did end at that point. But once I confirmed he is not allowed in America to this day.
Okay.
He has not set foot on U.S. soil. Now he go to Ibiza. He'll go over there to the Ibiza. He'll go to the Canary Islands. They love him in Ghana. He'll go all the way over there.
All right.
But the United States of America, he's too scared to come because he can't get the paper clearance. So the moral of the story is do not get pregnant by nobody whose wages you cannot garnish.
All right.
And don't fall in love with an international drug dealer, no matter how cute his bone structure is. Yes.
I don't know. I feel like Simone's only saying this because she was not able to, money launder. All right, you use his ill-gotten gains to um flip homes and everything else, and I guess grow her profile. But this was a funny story.
I do still check. We still follow each other. Somebody, okay. So I'll answer questions about the story time. This is my first live story time.
Okay.
But yeah, somebody said, "Don't tell me you still check up." I sure do, and I'm friends with his friends. Like I said, they have a really good podcast. I'm gonna see next time I go to London. I'm gonna see if I can be on their podcast.
You have a podcast. Okay, now we're gonna have to keep up. We're gonna have to keep up with Simone because I want to see if she ends up on a podcast.
Then I hope it don't give it away.
And then we can track. You hope. Come on, Simone, aren't you thinking? We're gonna track.
Yeah, I check up on him. He's not aged so gracefully. I think he started doing some of the drugs a little bit. Oh,
this girl is a hot mess. I'm sorry. He said what?
He's not aged so gracefully. I think he started doing some of the drugs a little bit. Oh God, I don't want to hear this. Like when I say not aged so gracefully, he looks really stressed and tired. He might have just had a bad girlfriend at the time. I don't want to hurt his feelings. Oh, what celebrity does he look like? Shamar Moore. Shamar Moore. Shamar Moore.
All right.
With some coochie cutters on. Coochie daddy shorts. And them coochie daddy shorts. Yes. Shamar Moore.
All right. I mean, you can find somebody that looks that good working at Walmart. I'm just saying. Working at McDonald's, working at the gas station. I'm just saying.
Yes, his hair is a little more straight. He's mixed like that. His hair is a little more straight like that. But yes, Shamar Moore. Oh, yeah, let me check on the trial. Hold on, let me check on the trial. They should be back. Okay, they're not back yet. But they'll be back soon. Hold on, they'll be back soon. Hold on. Let me just do it like this.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Jerome? I'm not deleting nothing. Not deleting nothing. I do like messy. I do like messy. Yeah, Simone's actually really funny.
We are here for the trial. I'm just entertaining you. This is just a little sidebar.
Okay.
We'll call it sidebar. I'm gonna split this story time off and also make it a separate post. I ask that you guys just share it with your homegirls. Because I need to get my YouTube buds back up.
Okay, so she was watching the Rocky trial as well.
So I don't have to sound no pussy. I'm not above it.
Sure. She said what?
Share it with your
so
homegirls.
crazy.
Because I need to get my YouTube buds back up. This is like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do not know that I get on YouTube and talk about my personal life for a YouTube chat. I mean, Simone, I don't know, get into personal injury. You're out there in Dallas. I'm pretty sure they're tracking cases. There's a young lady I went to school with, okay? I'm not going to say anything about her. But this girl opened her practice, all right? Within like 2 years, she was getting $1 million settlements. You are in Texas, all right? So go settle some cases. Don't be out here telling the whole world how vain you are.
Because we are here for the trial. I'm just entertaining you. This is just a little sidebar. We'll call it sidebar. I'm going to split this story time off.
All right.
And also make it a separate post. I ask that you guys just share it with your homegirls. Because I need to get my YouTube buds back up. So I don't have to sound no pussy.
That girl,
I'm not above it.
Oh, sorry. Simone's so funny. Not trying to sell none of that poom poom.
I'm not above it.
All right.
But I'd rather not.
I know I say crazy stuff as well. And Simone, says apparently she's out of pocket as well. But hold on. I wanna take a look at the comments, okay? I want to take a look at what she's talking about. So obviously her people are her folks are thoroughly entertained. They are thoroughly entertained. Okay, let's see. What content does she have? Shorts? No, we're not doing shorts. Let's see the live. Okay, Busby. She covered some of the Jay-Z stuff. A lot of celebrity commentary. And I mean, I prefer regular trials. I prefer regular trials, like regular people. What other videos does she have? Let's see. I think that's about it. Let's quickly go to what's the guy's name? I just had it. Ages and stages. The reason why I want to look this up is because I just want to take a look at that timeline. Wait, how did we get here? Hold on here. All right, I just quickly want to take a look at that timeline. Oh, this is the guy that she was in a relationship with, okay? Let's just take a look. Did they delete most of the comments? All right. Shima Franklin. I like her. If anybody's into comedy, she is, or she has a kid by Carlos Miller. But she's really funny. Okay, I don't know. I guess they deleted the whole bunch of, or no, that's live. Hold on. Did they delete? Yeah, they deleted the videos of Simone and Rashid together. I guess it makes sense that they deleted the videos, but I wanted to take a look at that timeline because I don't know, it was not exactly adding up. It was not exactly adding up. But he doesn't Rashid have another channel? Let's see. No, that's not what we're looking for. It was something about car. Isn't a car god or something, if I'm not mistaken? I think that's how you. There we go. I think this is him.
Thank you so much to the car god for taking care of me today at port.
Yeah, so I don't know. Again, these are luxury things. This not stuff that I'm into, but I don't know if he just delivers vehicles to people. I don't know if he just delivers luxury vehicles to people, or there's more to this than. But I guess from this perspective, right? At least Simone, if you're seeing somebody that has Porsches and all types of cars, you think they have money, but that man apparently was in some serious debt. All right. So let's see. What's Jerome? Jerome says only if you focus on something, it makes it easier. I wish I was on the phone for that one. I can't spell it. What are you talking about, Jerome? All right, folks. This was a lot of fun. All right. I know Jerome, Benji, Brooklyn, they were in here. There were 3 other people that, I cannot exactly pinpoint who they were. But this was a lot of fun. I think this was a good way to end the night after very disturbing allegations, all right? Or at least the case that we're following. So tomorrow, I think we're going to stick to 10 a.m. Tomorrow, I'm going to schedule the live already. We start at 10 a.m. I'm still trying to figure out when to get on Karen Reed because Karen Reed is going to need, she's going to need a day. She's going to need a day. I just do not know when that day will. Tomorrow kind of really makes sense, but we're also invested in a trial that's already going on. And let me think about whether, no, I don't want to come. I don't want to be live tomorrow. I don't want to be live tomorrow. No, I mean at night. Okay. I'll come on in the morning. We get through the evening, we get through the day. And then I do not know that I want to come back later on. Yeah, I don't know. Let me think about it though. Okay. Jerome says shout out to the replay crew. Benji said that sounds good. Benji's not working tomorrow. Benji's helping his wasp build a nest tomorrow. Then Brooklyn says, can you do the yak hearing? That is something I'd rather wait until it's done because a lot of that is not going to have much substance. And I like substance and I'm a punctual person. So if I show up there and it's 9:30 and they've not started yet, I'm going to be annoyed. If anything, we can come back at night and do Yak Gotti. We can do that. I can promise you that, Brooklyn. So if anything, we come back tomorrow night and we talk about Gotti's hearing. All right. All right, folks. So we are calling it a night. It was an absolute pleasure hanging out with you guys. I'm not in Cuba, but this is a good way. This is a good way for me to spend my time off. And obviously, my kid is, she gets to be on the phone, play Roblox, and she's not annoyed with me. She's talking to her little friends, and I do read her text messages. All right, folks, have a good night. Have a fantastic Wednesday. We will reconvene again. So tomorrow we are starting. I wanted to start at like 9:30 though. Yeah, I think tomorrow. Tomorrow, do we want to start at 9:30? Let me think about it. No, let's just do 10. So tomorrow we start at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We'll continue with Colin Griffiths. And then, depending on what happens in the Yak Gotti hearing, we can definitely come back tomorrow night. But tomorrow night, we'd start early. We'd start like 9 p.m. as opposed to 10 because I had a hard time just waiting. I'm impatient. So waiting for 10 was a chore for me. All right, folks, have a good night. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow.